India and Bangladesh, two nations that simply cannot exist without each other. Now, if this comes across as hyperbole, chances are you have not lived in the Northeast. No, we are not saying that Bangladesh is the best country and every Indian should start their day with Amar Shunar Bangla. But here's a rather blunt but mostly true statement. Do you want a prosperous, stable, successful Northeast where human lives are respected and protected? Then we need the same for Bangladesh. An unstable Bangladesh helps no one in the Northeast, and the only way forward for India and Bangladesh is to become stronger allies. But why are Bangladesh and good relations with the nation so crucial to the Northeast? I am Kalyan Deb, and in this episode of Decoded, we try to explain why. Pursuing for months.
A village of Assam.
In the 75th Independence Day.
What do Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram share in common? Love for rice and delicious pork recipes. Yes, that. But all these states also share a border with Bangladesh. The porous border has been a contentious issue for decades, and rarely a day goes by when people do not raise issues relating to changing demographics, smuggling, the influx of Bangladeshi citizens and so on. And this is mostly the Assam-Bangladesh border. But it is not uncommon to hear of such issues from other states too. But this episode is not just about what is wrong. The truth is, such issues cannot be solved overnight. But that does not mean we cannot make progress. Take, for example, the decision to allocate water from the Kushiyara River in Barak Valley to Bangladesh. This marks a crucial point of contention between the two nations, and the fact that this has been addressed shows progress. And if you think this is the only such deal signed, then here it is. The heads of state discussed security cooperations, investment, trade relations, the contentious Rohingya issue, water resource management, border management, cooperation in the power and energy sector, prevention of drug smuggling and human trafficking, and went on to sign 7 MOUs, of which the withdrawal of 153 cusecs of water from Kushiyara River under Surma Kushiyara project was one. Other MOUs were between the Supreme Court of Bangladesh and the National Judicial Academy at Bhopal, between the railway ministries of the two countries for the training of Bangladesh railway staff, between the Indian and Bangladesh railway ministries for information technology cooperation in Bangladesh railways, between Bangladesh Television and India's state broadcaster Prasar Bharati, and an MOU between BTCL and NSIL on space technology cooperation and others. All these can only mean that India-Bangladesh relations are on the best terms in recent times. But there is more. In recent times, the two nations have shown strong intentions of increasing trade. But finally, we have realized that India can also send goods through Bangladesh to reach the Northeast. Case in point, in August this year, PSU major Indian Oil Corporation, or IOC, said it will soon conduct a trial run for transporting fuel to Tripura through Bangladesh. During the trial run, the IOC will transport 3 LPG tankers and 7 tankers of petrol and diesel through Bangladesh from Guwahati. The fuel-carrying tankers from Guwahati in Assam will go to Dauki in Meghalaya, where they will enter Bangladesh. The tankers will re-enter India at Kailashahar in Tripura's Unakoti district to reach IOC's Dharmanagar depot in North Tripura. Why did the IOC plan to transport fuel to Tripura via Bangladesh? Remember the floods and landslides that devastated the communication links in the northeast region, and when the only rail link connecting Assam's Dima Hasao district and Barak Valley, Mizoram, Manipur and Tripura with the rest of the country was washed away? The IOC started moving all the supplies by road via Meghalaya, bearing more than double the cost. The situation forced the IOC, state governments and the centre to scout for alternative ways to supply fuel to the southern region of the northeast. A way to send goods to the northeast without excessive delays and through international borders, benefiting both India and Bangladesh. Count us in. Here's the thing. Humans recognize, acknowledge, or disobey international laws and boundaries. Nature could not care less. It laughs at boundaries and makes faces at checkposts, as illustrated everywhere during floods. There is a saying, if winter is here, can spring be far behind? In our geopolitical terms, it simply means if Assam and Meghalaya is flooded, can Bangladesh floods be far behind? We are seeing the havoc that irregular and unpredictable rains and droughts are causing in our region, and we simply cannot afford to work alone on this. We are talking about over 300 million people in West Bengal, Bangladesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur and Tripura, and a majority are directly affected by floods and displacement, which, as experts say, will only get worse in the coming days and years. The two countries share major rivers and water bodies, and we simply cannot afford to work on our own because doing so will not be futile. It will also be counterproductive. As we said earlier, Bangladesh and India do not have the luxury of being enemies, not in a world where climate change is no longer a theory but a dangerous reality. It is not all roses and sunshine after all. I know, there was always going to be a however. India has often cautioned and warned Bangladesh about allowing its territory to be used for anti-India activities. And while one party might think that that is what every Bangladeshi is doing, the truth is somewhat different. Bangladesh itself has faced terror activities, and its fight against extremism has been long and bloody. There have been allegations that at various times it has found state patronage. But in recent times, and at least on a diplomatic level, both countries have acknowledged that they both need to fight terrorism, and in this regard, the arrest of several alleged jihadis across Assam is a dangerous sign. Cadres allegedly belonging to Al-Qaeda, ISIS and most of all Ansarul Bangla have been picked with alarming consistency over the past few months. Assam's Chief Minister has never been one to mince words when it comes to speaking about Islamic terrorism and the support they get from across the border and inside the border too. And if we go by the recent arrests, it is a clear indication that he has his reasons. Now, only the courts will decide whether these arrested persons are criminals or innocents. But for now, this represents perhaps the biggest issue that both countries need to settle between them.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.